We rearrange the formula to isolate for the unknown value we want to find. Next, we plug in the numbers. To isolate variable x, in example 1, we need to remove everything else from the left side. For example, in question A, we need to subtract y from both sides. This will leave only variable x on the left side. In example B, we need to take a square root of each side. This will leave us with x on the left side. In example C, we first need to subtract b from both sides and then divide each side by 2. And in example D, all we have to do is to divide both sides by 2. Let's look at practice 1. We need to isolate A. A is multiplied by B. All we have to do to isolate A, we need to divide each side by B. This will leave A on the left side and all the other variables on the right side. In this course, we will often work with areas and perimeters. Let's look at practice 2. The formula area equals length times width is used to find the area of a rectangle given length L and width W. Rearrange the equation in terms of width. We would like to have our unknown on the left side. Let's switch the sides from the equation. L times W equals area. Now all we have to do to isolate W is to divide both sides by length. Width equals to the area divided by L. Now we can substitute our values. The area is 12 centimeters square and the length is 4 centimeters. Find the width. We know that width equals area, which is 12 centimeters square, divided by the length, which is 4 centimeters. 12 divided by 4 is 3 centimeters square, divided by centimeters, give us centimeter. Practice 3. The formula area equals base times height divided by 2 is used to find the area of a triangle given base B and height h. Let's rearrange the equation in terms of the height. First, switch the sides. Base times height divided by 2 equals to area. Next, we have to undo what's done to h. We see that h, the height, is divided by 2, so we need to multiply each side by 2, and it's also multiplied by b, so we need to divide each side by b. Notice that we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of b over 2. 2 over b times b over 2 times h equals, and don't forget to do it to both sides, 2 over b times the area. 2 cancels out and b cancels out. We get height equals 2 times area divided by the base. Next, we're going to substitute the values. Height equals 2 times the area, which is 12 centimeters square, divided by the base, 3 centimeters. That's 24 centimeters square divided by 3 centimeters. The height is 8 centimeters. Next, we have a perimeter of the rectangle. Perimeter equals to 2 times length plus 2 times width. We want to rearrange the equation to get W. We're going to switch the sides. 2L plus 2W equals to perimeter. And we want to keep W on the left side, but move L to the other side. we have to subtract 2L from both sides. This will leave 2W on the left side and perimeter minus 2L on the right side. Next, we need to divide both sides by 2. Width equals perimeter minus 2 times length divided by 2. We can use this formula, or we can divide each term by 2. This will give us perimeter divided by 2 minus 2L divided by 2 is L. Now let's substitute the values. Width equals perimeter is 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters divided by 2 is 10 centimeters minus 7 centimeters for length. That's 10 minus 7. The width is 3 centimeters. Next, we have a formula of a circle. Area equals pi times r. And remember, the radius is from the center of a circle to the circumference. To find r, we switch the sides. So pi times r squared equals the area. We divide each side by pi, and we leave it as pi instead of substituting 3.4 yet. Pi cancels out, and we're left with r squared. Now, we need to take a square root of both sides. And since we're looking for the radius of a circle, we cannot get a negative value. So there is only one value for r. And we can find it by taking a square root of area divided by pi. Now let's substitute the values. R equals square root of 78.5 centimeters square divided by 3.14, and this is 25 centimeters square. Square root of 25 centimeters square is 5 centimeters. In the next unit, you're going to be introduced to the equation of a slope y-intercept form of the equation of a straight line. We also have a standard form. We're going to rearrange the equation from the standard form ax plus by plus c equals 0, where a and b and c are constants and variables are x and y. And we're going to take this equation and rearrange it into the slope y-intercept form. All we have to do is to keep y on the left side and have x and the constant on the right side. In the example 2, we're going to subtract x from both sides. We're going to add 3 to each side, and this will give us 2y equals negative x plus b. Remember, we want y by itself equals to a constant m times x plus another constant. All we have to do next is to divide each term by 2 to get y equals negative x over 2 plus 3 over 2. In practice 6, we're going to add 2x to each side, and we're going to subtract 3 from each side. This will leave us with y on the left side and 2x minus 3 on the right side. This is already in the form y equals mx plus b. You can see that m is 2 and b is negative 3. Now try practice 7 and check your answer. y equals 2x plus 3. Another example when we have to rearrange equations is to convert temperatures from degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit or vice versa. The equation Fahrenheit, temperature in Fahrenheit, equals 9 over 5 times temperature in Celsius plus 32 is given. If the temperature is in degrees Celsius is 5, find the temperature in Fahrenheit. All we have to do is substitute 5 for C. This equation is already rearranged for F, or temperature in Fahrenheit. Next, let's rearrange the given equation to isolate temperature in Celsius. And then we're going to convert 212 degree Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. First, switch the sides so C is on the left side. Now we need to subtract 32 from both sides. We're left with 9 over 5C on the left side and Fahrenheit minus 32 on the right side. Then we're going to multiply each side by the reciprocal of 9 over 5. So 5 over 9 times 9 over 5. This cancels out the 9 over 5 in front of C. Remember to do the same to the other side. We have to multiply the whole thing by 5 over 9. So we have to put F minus 32 in brackets. Now we can rewrite it as 5 times F minus 32 over 9. Next, we're going to substitute 212 for Fahrenheit. 5 times 212 minus 32 divided by, 5 divided by 9. That's 5 times 180 divided by 9. 18 divided by 9 is 2, so that's 20. And 5 times 20 is 100. So 212 degrees Fahrenheit equals to 100 degrees Celsius. Next, we're going to rearrange the equation for Celsius to equation in Fahrenheit. First, we're going to switch the sides. So we have Fahrenheit on the left side. Next, we're going to multiply each side by 9 and divide by 5. So we're multiplying each side by the reciprocal. 9 over 5 times 5 over 9. And again, we do it to both sides. This leaves us with F minus 32 equals 9 over 5 Celsius. Final step is to add 32 to both sides. And this gives us the equation we wanted. You should always try to do the challenge questions. In challenge 1, we need to isolate A. We can do it few different ways, but I would start with multiplying each term by the common factor. 4 and times 3 is 12. So let's multiply each term by 12. And we get 3AV equals 4AR plus 24FY. Now we want to move A to the left side. Let's subtract 4AR from both sides. Now we have A only on the left side. We can take a greatest common factor, which is A is common for both terms. We're left with 3V minus 4 r. And now we divide both sides by 3v minus 4r, which gives us the answer given above. Remember to try each question before checking the answers. In challenge 2, we want to isolate u. First, we're going to add 4pz to first we're going to multiply each term by 3. We get 6az equals 4ku minus 4pz. Now we're going to add 4pz to both sides. And since we're looking for u, I'm going to switch the sides. Finally, we're going to divide each term by 4k. And reduce each fraction. We can also take a common factor in front of the brackets. And check the solution to challenge 3. In challenge 4, we're given the following proportion to find the value of this expression. Let's simplify the proportion first by multiplying both sides by the common denominator. This will give us x times z, xz equals y times y squared. Now we see that y squared equals to x times z. So we can replace xz in the above equation with y squared. We will get 3y to exponent 4 minus 3 times x times z is replaced with y squared plus 3. This will give us 3 times y to exponent 4 plus 3, and the answer is 3. In challenge 5, first we will substitute 2 over a for x, and next we're going to simplify the expression. This gives us 4 plus a over 6 minus a. We see that a cannot be 0 since we cannot divide any number by 0. It will be undefined. We also know that this 6 minus a also cannot be 0. Same reason, we cannot divide, we cannot divide by 0 because this would give us undefined answer. There's no real number, no real answer. So if 6 minus a cannot be 0, that means that a cannot be 6. So for this question, a cannot be both 0 and a cannot be 6.